Interrupting that story to go live to Irene, where the ANC's NEC is briefing the media on developments. Let's listen in.
Issues, but the National Dispute Resolution Committee is on board in all provinces and the national deployees of the ANC. So in Limpopo, thorough work has been done. Limpopo is ready for provincial conference this weekend. This coming weekend will be there to make sure that everything goes smooth. KZN, we are happy to say yes, there were court actions in KZN, but we are happy and we have noted the fact that the PTT, led by Comrade Mabuya Kulu and Comrade Sihle, they are doing very well together with NEC deployees and the PTT collective, including all other regions. And we have noted that the National Dispute Resolution Committee has been able to deal with many other disputes, and we think it's all system go in terms of Eriguala, in terms of Lower South Coast. Where we still have challenges is work in progress. The dispute committee will still be there this week to deal with other things, but the mood is very positive and we are very happy that we are almost there. The conference will later take place, but we have ensured that they must continue working and building the unity and renewing the African National Congress. Free State is still in session together with Northwest. Eastern Cape, we are supposed to go there as officials and bring together the rest of the leadership collectives from regions to branches to province and ensure that we talk about unity and cohesion, and the leadership is ready to ensure that they come together and they unite, because the unity program is what conference has actually said we must do during this year of Mandela Sisulu, renew and unite our branches, society in general, and that's what we are doing. Officials will be going to the Eastern Cape. NEC deployees have been doing their work, and we are happy that there is some work happening. I'm sure you are going to want to know more about the case which is on today. There's Bundebele. I think the case is on, and we will await the outcome of the case. There are comrades who have taken the ANC to court, and I'm sure the court has said we must give them whatever necessary documents in terms of this Bundebele Commission report, which will actually likely to Namakwa in the Northern Cape. I think we have said the comrades have integrated and have showed that the RTT which has appointed has some other comrades joining and making sure that we broaden it and we make sure that we move as the Northern Cape. Gauteng is ready with conferences. There were some people who marched here from West Rand. We have taken their grievances and we have decided to postpone all regional conferences of Gauteng which were supposed to take place this coming weekend because we wanted to make sure that as the court ruled that we must try and resolve our matters internally and politically. That's the route we are taking. The NEC deployees who are working in Gauteng and together with the leadership of Gauteng are working very close, and in fact they are the ones who suggested that this is how we must deal with issues and problems. So we are happy. People are starting to respect the branch, the region, the province and national. And that's what we are encouraging. We're encouraging our branches to follow all organizational, the way the organization works. There is a branch, there is a region, there is a province before you come to national. Once you have exhausted all these processes, you can come to the National Executive Committee. And that's what we are actually doing. We are obviously waiting to hear when we discuss Northwest. I'm sure you are interested in the issue of the Premier. The debate, the discussion is still continuing now. I think now we are on KZN. We have to conclude that discussion of KZN and go to Free State and Northwest. Limpopo we've concluded. Eastern Cape we've concluded. We'll be going there. Northern Cape we've concluded. Western Cape, the audit has been done in all regions. they are preparing themselves for regional conferences. So you can see the ANC is definitely renewing itself, and we are on the move. And the last one is the Integrity Commission, which we have discussed the terms of reference. We have debated them. You know what the National Conference said on the terms of reference. We are busy discussing that. We have discussed it, and there is a work in progress because we have thoroughly discussed, but the leadership feels that we need more time. A one-day NEC special won't finish this item. So we are going back, but inputs have been made. We will be announcing very soon the Integrity Commission. There are names proposed and suggested. We are going to have to ensure that in line with the Constitution, we have 10 names. For now, we have a list of names of 40 or so, which we shall have to decide on. I think that is for the day. And this month, we have also agreed that we are going to launch, because it's Nelson Mandela, we're preparing ourselves for July 18. We will be making sure that we start launching from now the quotes by Comrade Nelson Mandela. All the quotations, the quotes where Mandela is cited, every day we'll issue out a quote. And today I think we want to say, let me quote Nelson Mandela: "There can be no process more important for the future of South Africa than the realization of the potential of our youth. Freedom will be hollow if it did not bring about the liberation from the heavy weight that restrained their energy, dampened their enthusiasm for life, and cast an angry shadow of their self-esteem." Close quote. That is Nelson Mandela when he was talking about the youth, since this is the youth month. This is the first quote, and tomorrow we'll be issuing the second quote until 31 days.
No, thank you very much. We are going to have a press briefing tomorrow at Lituli House, where the Secretary General will have an opportunity in detail to deal with all your questions. Thanks for coming and making yourself available to deal with our issues. Because we are not done with the National Executive Committee, SG, can you allow me to just take charge of this one? That you will be able to deal with...
He wants to answer one question.
No, he will deal with all your questions tomorrow. This effectively closes the briefing. Thank you very much, colleagues.
I know you want premium.
Yes. No, I don't actually want to ask about the premiership, actually.
That's fine.
What I'm trying to figure out from you is you're saying that you are happy with the progress that's being made. You feel branches are respecting the processes. However, the ANC is swamped in an avalanche of court cases and threats about courts. That's a sign that people aren't happy.
That's the question. We are saying the mood is positive and you are happy. Whose mood is positive? And who is happy? We've been saying it, but we are dealing with court battles, even outside. Whose mood is positive? When you say the mood
there's
is positive.
There's a disconnect. What you're trying to say, there's a disconnect between what you're saying and what we are seeing.
There's not any disconnect. The ANC is a democratic organization. The ANC is a liberation movement. It's a mass-based organization. And the ANC allows its members to raise whatever they want to raise. And that's why, step by step, you see us stabilizing branches, provinces, and that's the nature of the ANC.
Court cases?
The court cases we are dealing with, because we have said to our members, exhaust internal processes. We are at the stage where we are going to say to members who have exhausted internal processes and decide to go to court, that it stops here. The ANC will be will deal with these matters, but we are allowing people, we are educating them politically. We have patience, we have time, and that's what the ANC is all about.
So there will be an ultimatum ultimately?
There will be finally a decision which says it stops here.
Have the members in KZN who took the ANC to court, have they withdrawn their court case, or will the ANC still be in court early next month?
Let's allow the internal processes of the ANC to take its place.
Can we close it here, colleagues?
Thank you.
We'll meet. Okay, thanks.
All right, Ace Magashule, the Secretary General of the ANC, addressing the media. So this is what he says. Limpopo is ready for its provincial conference. He says the NEC will be there to monitor it. He also says that they are happy with what's happening in KwaZulu-Natal. There is a legal action there, of course. He says they will adhere to what the court says. The provincial task team is, of course, working on the concerns there. And then just with regards to the Eastern Cape, Magashule is saying that we are supposed to go to that province to bring together leadership from different collectives. He says that they will talk to them about unity and social cohesion. You do know that Eastern Cape members are in court on challenging the outcomes of a previous elective conference. And this is news just in. The